Hey guys, Bitcoin Bankers here. I'm going to do a market review for you on Bitcoin today, maybe a quick look at some other coins. I don't want this video going too long. I haven't done a market review for a little while, so I thought it'd be good to put one up. Before I do that, just a quick note. The other day I did a video giving a bit of encouragement and support to Chico Crypto, a YouTuber that was having a bit of emotional problems and things. Got up, did a video, took a lot of courage to go up and do a video like that, talking about his personal life a little bit and just what he's sort of wanting to do. And after he did that, your usual specific person, what's his name? Bitboy Crypto. Comes out and does a video, and at the beginning of his video kind of mocks him, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But I did a video maybe a week or two ago that was about all the YouTube influencers and how most of them are fraud. They make most of their money from doing interviews, pumping each other's channel up with subscriptions and all sorts of other things. They make money from sponsorships and other deals and almost make nothing from actually trading themselves. They get all their kickbacks through exchanges and all this other stuff, but they can't trade for shit. And the ones that can usually mislead you quite a bit. All right. So anyway, I actually saw a fair few videos come out just after I did that one about the influencers. I saw a whole lot of other people having a go at Bitboy and exposing a lot of his fraud and his bullshit, right? And this guy charges $40,000 for a coin to come on and do an interview. He also got caught shilling other coins that went up and then dumped. So this guy's a total scammer, all right? But I just want to show you exactly what he's really like, okay?
Anymore. I saw that in the chat. And guys, it's getting hard to make YouTube videos every day on this channel. I don't know if I can do it much longer. Not sure I can do it anymore, guys. We had a good run here, and guys, this will be our last live stream ever, our last video. That's why we're late today. I just told everybody it's really sad.
There you go. He's actually mocking someone who got up and was really being open about their lives, and they have a lot on their plate, a lot of responsibilities on their channel, Chico Crypto has like 300,000 subscribers, so he's got to come out and explain himself if things are changing. So when he does, this fat, big mouth piece of shit comes along and mocks him, right? And thinks it's funny, and you can hear all these little, cocksucker, suck-ups in the background having little snickering laughs as well. These people are scum. These people are scum. Stop following them, right? And I can tell you, 1.3 million subscribers, bullshit, right? There you go, 1.43, it's gone up another 130,000. Isn't that amazing, right? But have a look at the views. 21,000, 32,000, 26,000, 89, 100, like 24,000. All of these videos, they're barely scraping 10% of his viewership. Not even that, probably 8%, okay? Most of his videos, even going back, 26, 29,000, 120. Where's these half a million views, 210, The guy is full of shit, right? The majority of his subscribers are all fake, all right? I can tell you, they're fake. That's why no one's watching. 100% viewership. Yeah, right. 32,000. Okay, 3 hours ago. 93,000. I mean, he's done 8 videos in 24 hours. He's desperate to try and keep his show running because everyone's starting to see this guy is a complete fraud now. All right? He's a total fraud. He's being caught out. And now, just in that piece that I just showed you, he's putting down people who have emotional problems and mental health issues. People who need support. I mean, I thought in this Bitcoin community, I thought all you big boys, you support each other, not pull each other down and mock each other. They're all full of shit. Anyway, let's get on with the chart. So we'll have a look at Bitcoin. We're going to have a look on the daily. Reason being, I want to show you something. In a video I did a little while ago, I showed you this, and just a formation that is taking a very similar kind of formation now as we did here. Okay, so the top here, I'm not going to measure that little wick there, but I will measure the bottom wick here. Alright, so it came down about 53.5%. Alright, we had this big dump down, dropped right down to this line. It came back up, hit resistance, and then kerfuffled in this area for quite some time, over about 2 months. Got right down towards the bottom here, and then took off. She started again. Alright, and about a 53% move. So if I measure on the same, we've come down. Okay, we hit our peak, then we topped it one more time for one more attempt. It failed. Okay, it's failed here, dumped all the way down, and this is dumped all the way down, had a long peak, and now it's just playing out. And I said in a video the other day, it's just going to play out in this range for a little while. So this is a 51% pullback based on this rundown. All right. If we pull the same kind of 50% pullback, we're going to see it drop right down to about the $30,000 range. Probably come right back and fulfill this this whole channel again. All right. Now, is that reasonable? On the daily, it doesn't look like it. I think more than likely we're probably going to just come down and hit the 40,000 first, or the 43,000 around this area. Okay. Longer term, I'm going to show you shortly. And then again, we're first looking at the bearish scenarios. All right. So it's likely to play out like this for over some time. It's going to try and fight around in this range, and I think we're going to head back in this range again. But for now, I think we're going to see the same kind of thing playing out. All right. Now on a weekly, if you go on the weekly, we're going to see that this is to fall back down into this channel. You're going to break through this at the top of this resistance here, or support, if you want to call it support, within the ribbon as well. Okay. So at the moment, you know, it's not as big as this has been. This is 2 huge red candles. We've had some smaller red candles, 1 or 2 big ones, to sort of add a bit of shock value. But yeah, there's probably been a little bit more support from people buying in through this than there was through this. Okay, this was more of a quick shock. This has been a slower progression. All right. So where are we at the moment? Well, we're currently around a 35% dump. All right. Can this go lower? Well, looking at the weekly RSI, which is not always the best, I'm not that big on the RSI, and I have changed my settings to be a little bit more accurate on when trends change. All right. Now, you can see the weekly still playing out. The RSI is still above this sort of center line for the true strength index down here. And when these start sort of running down, it takes time, it's very slow, but you know, it is moving, and it can move pretty heavily. The angle is sort of eased off a little bit, probably because this buying has come in, but there is still more downside to go. Whether this sort of comes down into the oversold region and your slower trend, your K line catches up and eases off, could probably bring us like down to this $40,000 mark. This range here would probably match this here, but this is going to take a couple of weeks. There's quite a few weeks here for it to still come down. So I think this is going to take us into the new year. Okay, so it'll probably play out around this $40,000 mark. There is enough sort of downside here that will still push it down into that range. That's on the weekly. If we have a look at the monthly, again, the trend for the RSI is pointing down. The TSI is starting to sort of lean down a bit, and it's a very overbought area, so there could still be quite a lot of heavy selling which would indicate more of a longer term downside. Not what we want to hear, not what we want to see. However, the upside of this is that you get a chance to get some much cheaper Bitcoin. It just depends how much resistance is going to try and keep this price from going down too far, you know. We could get a couple of big bars like this and then you're really in trouble. But there's, as you can see, there's not a lot, you know. And this is the 2017 peak and drop off, okay. So, you know, it takes time to sort of run down, and as you can see, this was way overbought here and it's already worked its way down all the way to the bottom. This was a full range sort of drop down over time. This is already down here, so I don't think it's going to be as long, if that makes sense. I don't think it's going to be as drawn out, but it could be a little heavier in the dump. All right, so which will still see us get around to this. Still probably see us. I'll get rid of that. I think it might knock us back into this channel. Okay, and we will probably play out in this channel a little bit more and see where things lie. So Bitcoin could still come around the $30,000 range and play out in there. If it breaks through that, then we're really in trouble. But again, awesome prices coming up. All right. So as we have a look, yeah, the daily, there's just not enough strength in this daily to keep it pushing up. There's a massive amount of resistance here. All your moving averages are coming down. It's flowing with the channel. You got this long-term trend line that Bitcoin's dropped beneath as well. So, you know, at the end of the day, there's any pops that you're going to get will probably only bring it up to about the 50,000. Everyone's talking about, oh, if it cracks 53,000, well, there's 53,000 there, pretty much right in the midst of the moving averages and the resistance. Okay, getting to there is not going to push Bitcoin further. I just don't see it. There's just not enough momentum. Okay, it could be that there's some big buyers come in and try and push it up, but they would have to push it up continuously over time right to the end of the year. Okay, so it can get up around here. 57 might be a better chance. That would be a better target. But the fact that it's going to get to 57 at the moment, I just can't see it at this point in time. I think it's more likely to head down to the $40,000 range. Okay, and stay there through the Christmas period. All right. This, I think, will be a pretty good support. It's been a very strong support previously, and a strong resistance as well. You know what I mean? So, but it's been a stronger support. So I think the $40,000 range is a pretty good support where it will, let me draw this out, probably come down and just play around in this area. Might get a dip down and then go like that. I mean, that's probably the more likely play at this point in time, and that's where I'd probably see it going. And so by March next year, we might start having that sort of flush right out on the monthly and everything and move from there. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum has quite a bit of strength. Ethereum has quite a bit of strength on this, or support, I should say. It doesn't have a lot of strength, but it does have support. And it's always a little behind Bitcoin, but you know it's holding on to this sort of the top of this triangle here. It's been pretty strong to sort of hold this. It does have some strong momentum, but I'm not a fan of Ethereum. I don't like it. If you want to trade it, that's fine. Ethereum maybe is more of a long-term hold, but here's the $10,000 mark. Remember when everyone said it was going to 25,000 before the end of the year? Well, we're still on 3,000, 4,000. So it's gone nowhere, and as usual, the big mouths have nothing to say. So they've got to keep you interested with all sorts of other ridiculous nonsense. When you find real people who actually know how to trade, you know, it's worth your while watching. We don't know everything, but we're just looking at what the charts are telling us. Okay, so probably a bit more of an upside on Ethereum. It's in a much better space to have moves up and some more profitable moves up. On the weekly though, not so good. Okay, it looks a bit better in a sense that you can see what's going on more, but there's a lot of support right around here. So, but I don't think it's going to hold this. I think Ethereum will sort of drop off and maybe get some support around the 2,300. Will it move much further down? Let's have a look. Monthly, when the weekly and the monthly are moving together, it can really be devastating, you know. So there's our 2300 range. The other problem too is your TSI is massively overbought. Okay, it is really set. Once it starts moving down, you can see some big moves down. So a big support area for Ethereum is $400, just in this range through across here, you know. I don't know if it'll get to there. It could. I mean, that would be. Let's have a look at the drawdown. Oh, you'd be looking at 400% draw. That's pretty rough. I don't think it would be that much. You know, maybe more likely to sort of around here, around your $1,200 mark. But you never know. When people get scared, they can really knock it for a 6. All right. So that's Ethereum. At the moment, my position is I'm all in cash. Okay, I got out to cash a little while ago. I didn't like the way that, you know, once it started really losing momentum, I had to get out. I don't like losing money. I don't hodl. I sort of buy the opportunities when they're clear enough to buy. I used to jump in and out a lot and do a lot of swing trading. Now I'm just more preference to buying a good entry and just waiting otherwise. It sucks because you can sort of, it does cost you more when you're not in trades because you've got to keep living your life. But, you know, it's better to get some good trades, a couple of good trades, and not spend so much on fees, because fees for trading can be expensive depending where you go. You know, and that's life. Sheeb. Let's have a look at Sheeb. Monthly, there's almost nothing to look at. The daily, look, Sheeb is holding up pretty well considering what the coin is. Yeah, it's not much more than a meme coin. It's got some ideas, it's got some stuff going on, but you know, it's holding up pretty well for what it is. Still a fair bit of support on the daily. There's nothing showing that it's going to take some big drop. And even when Bitcoin had some big drops, it's still just been gradual. I mean, most of Bitcoin's drops started around here. I mean, this is how well Shiba actually held up during a Bitcoin dump, right? Which is pretty amazing. Okay, all the other coins really shit the bed, but this is fine. So Shiba, you know, it's worth holding on to for a little while. If you are hodling, don't worry, it's okay. I don't think some of these will really lose out too badly. The weekly is still showing, you know, this could come down a lot. This it got very overbought very quickly. Had some radical runs, but you know, it's a very speculative trade. Be very, very careful with this. Just hold a very small amount. You know, is it a good time to buy? We want to wait and see where Bitcoin does and see how this holds up in Bitcoin ahead of time. Okay, you want to see where it's going to go. You know, because I mean the next big drop is here, and then back to here. So you don't want to lose everything you got. You know, so make some decisions. Cardano, have a quick look. Cardano is going shit as usual. The weekly, it's really oversold. However, on the true strength, it's still got more space to move down. So this could really shit the bed and be in a lot of trouble. It's made by people who made Ethereum, so it's not surprising. The daily, there's just no strength there, and hasn't been any strength there for a long time. That's not looking very good at all. In the month, not a lot of data as usual. All it's done is just one big pump, and now it's just everyone's starting to realise this. They've made their profit, and they're taking their profit, and this thing's just going to go down. I think other technologies are surpassing it, but we'll have to wait and see. You know, I think it's got more downside yet. I think you got to realise this could drop down to here, 35 cents. So there is that potential. All right, it's trying to fight back, but there's just no volume. There's no momentum. There's nothing in it. Okay, so if it breaks this whole sort of big area of support where it's kind of getting support now, it's going to really dump hard. There's your 39 cents. So there's your 30 cents I was talking about before. Okay, and if we do have this sort of big market reset coming up at some time in the future that everyone keeps talking about, coins like this are going to get hit really hard. Okay, look, guys, that's about it. I'm going to leave it there for now. We've had a look at a few. Avalanche, have a quick look at Avalanche. Well, Avalanche would be worth buying into once it passes here. Its original entry point. Got to realise it opened at 240 and went down to $10. It completely crashed and it's built itself up. It's still sitting reasonably strong, but on the longer term, there's still a lot of downside there you've got to watch out for, okay? What else can we do? Just quickly, Dot, here's Dot. Quite oversold, still more to go. I think it could probably come down and settle around the $18, potentially. It just depends how bad everything else drops. It's really not in a good space at the moment. It's about to break down under this sort of resistance support area that we have here that's made previously. So if it drops down there, I think you're probably looking around this range here, $15 to $14 if it keeps going down. The daily, again, trying to maintain its upward momentum, but yeah, the moving averages are breaking through the ribbon now, so it's not really a good sign. There's probably more longer term downside there. So which is with these altcoins, guys, just got to be really careful, okay? Okay, so that's going to do it for me. We've had a bit of a look at Bitcoin, we've had a look at Ethereum, and a few of the other coins. With the smaller altcoins, you've got to be careful. They can lose their value really quick. They can do some damage pretty quick. So just be careful where you move in. Don't jump in on, just because everyone's saying this is going crazy, this is going popping, this is popping. And you see a lot of these YouTubers, they're saying, oh, the markets are crazy today. They're going up 1.5%. That's nothing. Some of these coins can move 70% in a couple of days. 1.5% over 3 days is nothing. All right. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe all the garbage. Learn to do crypto yourself. Okay. Start with a bit of trend lines. Just take your time doing it. Okay. Ease in, ease out. All right. That's all I can offer you today. So hope you had a good one, and see you next time.